Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a little demo on some basic adjustments to horizontal rule styles that we can apply to the HR tag. You'll often see these as a divider between content. The traditional HR style is just a line that runs from left to right. It's got some additional margin on it. Styling these lines can add some character to the line and draw your user in a bit. If you've already seen this video and you want some more advanced HR styling video, then please click on the card that should be popping up right around now, and that will go into more detail using these HR styles. I am using VS Code and Sass for this demo, but fear not. In the description, I've put a link to the Codepen where you can see the compiled CSS. For those who are interested in following along using Sass, I am using Dart-Sass, which I will include a link to the documentation in the description below. In our HTML, each HR is styled with an individual class, and that's what I will be targeting in each of these nested classes that you see down here. Again, don't be afraid of the Sass part of this. You can view the compiled CSS in the Codepen down below. I have identified some primary colors that I'll be using. This simply makes it easier than writing out the RGBA or hex code every time I want to use it. So for this first one here, this is HR-1. We're going to add a border of 0 and a height of 3 pixels, and then we're going to add a background, but we're going to add a double, what's referred to as a double background, which is an option with the CSS background property. First thing we're going to do is add a linear gradient, and we're going to send that to the right, and we're going to use some of our primary colors here. Obviously, this makes it much simpler than typing out the actual RGBAs. I could just go gray, color, gray, and you can name these whatever you want. And then the primary background color is going to be color. Okay, and that's how you set that one up. All right, so the next one is the HR-2, and for that, we'll also set the border to 0, another height of 3 pixels, and this one's also going to be a linear gradient. Okay, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. It's still going to be to the right. This time it's going to start out as transparent, then shift to our primary color, and then back to transparent. Okay, and you can see how the first one, the gradient horizontal line, starts out with a color, moves into the primary color, and then back out to the gray color. The gradient transparent starts out completely transparent and shifts into the primary color. Next thing we'll do is a box shadow type, where we'll set the height to 15 pixels, our border to 0, and now we'll use the box shadow. And for that, we're going to use, inset 0, and then 12 pixels by 12 pixels, and then set a negative in our primary color. Okay? And now you can see how that border comes out. For the fourth one, this one's a lot simpler. This is simply border top, 3 pixels, double, and our primary color. Okay? And it creates a double line. For the fifth one, we've got our background, which is going to be white, and then our border top, we'll set that to 2 pixels, dashed, our primary color. Okay. And then the sixth one, we have border top, 3 pixels, dotted color. Okay, and that's dashed, which uses kind of like hyphens, and then dotted. Okay, the seventh one will be a height of 30 pixels. Okay, it's going to stretch that border out quite a bit. Then the border style, solid. Border color, use our primary color. And then border width, set that to 1 pixel on the top, and then on the right, bottom, and left, those will all be set to 0. Okay, and then we're going to set a border radius of 20 pixels. Okay, and that's going to border color. Okay, so now we have our rounded border. Now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom, but we're going to add a negative margin to it. So what I'm going to do is grab all this. It's going to be a negative margin, and we're going to move the border width to a different area here. This will be bottom. We have top, right, bottom, and then left. And then now we'll add the margin here. Margin top, negative 30 pixels. And that kind of pulls it together. Now you might be wondering what something like that can be used for. You can actually add content in the middle between these. For example, if you have a consistent heading that might go in between a set of borders like that, then you could do something like this, where you add an after pseudo selector and content and a simple message, and then display flex, justify content, center, line items, center, height, font size, font style, letter spacing, and add a color. Like that. So that's an idea or an example of what you could do with a border like that. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and hit that little bell icon to get all my videos, and I will see you next time.